Hey guys, in this episode I'm going to show you how to replace a sky in Photoshop. Hey everyone, and welcome to Kelvin Designs. My name is Kelvin and I design, and that's why it's called Kelvin Designs. Click right here to subscribe to my YouTube channel, get all these tutorials as they come out, and click down here to subscribe to my newsletter and get all the free source files that come with every tutorial for free. In this episode I'm going to show you how to replace a sky in a photo using Photoshop. And you can see before right here, kind of a boring sky, and the after right here, a lot more dramatic. It's pretty simple, and it's actually one of the lessons from my course, Photoshop 101, which you can see right here, and you can get by using this link below. So let me show you.
All right, well, in this lesson, we're going to open up this landscape photo and replace the sky. Okay, so just open that file there and go back to the Finder, and you have a clouds puffy dense that I copied. I actually added a bonus skies folder here with a few various skies so that you can do some sky replacement. And anyway, this is the one we're going to use for this lesson. So go ahead and open that, and with the move tool, take that and drag it over to the tab for here and drop it on there. Okay, good. So, and as usual, right click, convert to smart object, and let's see, it's almost the right size. Hold Command T to transform. Let's just make this a little smaller. Okay, not too much. We want to make sure that the horizon, those mountains, need to be behind. Okay. You can use the arrow keys, shift for 10 spaces, and just the arrow keys bring it left and right. Okay, I'll hold down return, and let's just make this opacity around 50 for now, just so we can see where that goes. Okay, so none of the mountains actually get show, so that's pretty good. Looks pretty good. Oh, that tip of that mountain does, so that's not great. However, we're going to go and change something here. I just want the white parts of these clouds to show up. So what we're going to do is, as remember in an earlier lesson we said that the screen mode reveals white and hides what's black. So everything that's kind of dark slowly disappears, and everything that's white really shows. Now this is too bright, and the problem with it is that the blue that was darker over here and kind of lighter over here wasn't dark enough for it to generate transparency. So let's go back to normal, and when you're in this mode, let's go and create a curves right here, and by picking this eyedropper here with the dark in it, you have the gray, the white, and the dark. Click the dark, and you're basically saying this is my black point. So I'm going to click on here, and you see it's transformed the sky, and it said, well, this is my black point. You can bring it down even further, but let's do kind of in between, something like around here. And then hold down the Alt key or this little button right here that just applies it to this. That way it doesn't apply to the background. And now we've edited the black point for the clouds. And if I go here now and hit screen, you see now we have a much more distinction between the sky and the puffy clouds. Okay, and let's go ahead and hide this, because one of the first things we should do is just kind of get that area selected. So take the quick selection tool here. This is really simple. It's nothing too complicated. Like, see, almost did it all completely the first time. You can zoom in and hold on the Alt key for the minus. Just kind of get that horizon. That's honestly good enough, and we can edit it if we want to. We can do a little small refine edge. Let's do a little feather here, a little smoothen, just a touch of that, not too much. Maybe a little radius, and then I want it to go more on the inside than on the outside. So something like I'm shifting the edge a little bit. Let's tone everything down. It's a little too much. Okay, something like this. There you go. Hit OK, and now I'm actually going to create a group. Hold on the group, and turn this selection into a mask. That way, when I put this element in here, didn't follow this, there we go. So now, and I'm going to hold down the Alt so it just applies it to this. See, now those clouds, not only are the darker areas become transparent, they also go behind these mountains. So the difference looks like that. And if you feel like there's a little too much magenta up here, that's pretty simple. We can go ahead and go to the quick mask mode, G for gradients, and we're going to make a selection that goes kind of from this area down. So, not quite like that, something more like this. Undo that. There we go. So I just want this area, essentially. Give it a quick mask, and let's go to, we can do a curves. Curves is fine too, and in the red, you can see, okay, what do we have? We were a little too red, so let's just tone it down just a touch, something like this, and maybe slightly too yellow. So in the blue, which is the inverse of yellow, you can see there. And here we get to green, so just a tiny bit. See that little tiny correction? It got rid of that cast that we had up there, and makes that sky replacement look a lot more natural. So before, after, I kept the sky that was back there. I don't want to get rid of the information there, but I added a bunch of clouds, which definitely add some dimensions. Okay, so go here, and now you can save as, and let's just Lake and Mountain PSD and save. There we go.
All right, guys, I want to take a second here to talk to you about my new course called Photoshop 101. Now, I've done a lot of courses on Photoshop, and I've worked with a lot of students who have done Photoshop courses, and they often feel like they got through the course and they still don't have a grasp on some of the basics of Photoshop. So I took the time and took some of my favorite projects and put it all together, and let me show you what it looks like. Here, if you go on my site, kelvindesigns.com, click on tutorials, you'll land on this page, and you can check it out here by clicking Photoshop 101. And I want to show you some of these projects. The first one, it teaches you all the basics of layers and some basic blending modes, selection methods. It's pretty simple. Here's the before, and here's the after. And then we take another one, this photo shoot that my good friend Serge Romelli took, and I show you how to add smoke and light the cigarette, which you can see here in black and white. And we have another one here where I teach you how to use the pen tool to basically clean up this reflection and add a title. Very simple. I also show you some cool tricks using lens flares and photo filters. And in this photo, it goes over some of the technical details, but very basic and very simply explained. And then in this last project here, I basically take it's a huge composite with different layers, different selections, and you can see the after here. You can see there's some glows and lighting effects and so on. All right, and then in this next project, basically I'm going to show you how to take these different elements that have different lighting and different effects and mix them into one. We add another title as well. See, you add smoke in the front, make sure the light that's from behind comes in the foreground as well. And then in this next project, I show you this photo, and I try to create a Ansel Adam look, which you can see here. So how to do multiple levels, and I also show you in this how to use the clone stamp tool, because there is some wires there that we get rid of. And then in this next project, I take another photo by my friend Serge, and I show you how to create tone mapping and colorizing, which you can see here. So I really give you that sort of frozen, almost poster looking look. And then in this photo, I took a photo of my son, and I show you a basic color correction for black and white, which you can see here. And then another one here, I show you a simple sky replacement, but you can see the before and after here. It looks very easy, and it actually is pretty easy, but just a few little tips and tricks, and it really shows you how to do it well. And then the last project here, we do a sky replacement, but here the trick is how to change the complete color and temperature of the photo so that it can match the sky. And you can see the before here and the after here. So he really goes through all these basics that you really need to know. It's very simple, and I really show you how to do it through examples and projects. I'm not just going to explain a bunch of stuff. It's just follow the steps, step by step, and you will learn how to use Photoshop. I guarantee it. And for a limited time, I'm offering a special discount to get this course. Click in the more info on the video below, and you'll get a code to use at checkout. I hope you enjoy it.